Originally released in its flat version for PC, PS4, and Xbox One as Mothergunship, July 17, 2018, and now in its VR version on PC VR and Quest 2 as Mothergunship Forge on the 16th of June, 2022 by developer Terrible Posture Games and publisher Stride PR. I said in a previous review of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Tempest Falls Storm Trials mode that it was the best roguelite experience I've ever had. It was what I could easily say brought me to roguelites, even though I've played and reviewed so many before. But if Storm Trials is what brought me to roguelites, then Mothergunship Forge is what's gonna keep me there. Thanks to the publisher for the review key. Mothergunship Forge surprised me. When I saw trailers, I just thought, okay, well, I do have an affinity for VR wave shooters, so this should be okay. I didn't even know it was a roguelite. Then I started it up and thought, this kinda reminds me of Captain Toonhead without the tower defense. And even after playing it for about 45 minutes, I still wasn't impressed. But then I began to see an upward mobilized pattern. This game just kept getting better the more I played it. The enemy variety, the stage variety, the guns. Man, these guns are entertaining. In theory, I thought this gimmick would be ho-hum at best, but I was wrong.
Dang it, recruit, wake up! Get your tail moving! Pick up a gun part and get out of here. I mean, there should be a gun part there, right? Okay, well, try the next room.
Where the story is concerned, it's simple. You're a robot created by some military organization or corporation sent in to infiltrate and take down the Mothergunship, plow through the minions, the cool boss fights, and yes, ultimately destroy the Mothergunship. Simple enough, no rush, no fuss, and I may have made up some of that on my own by the way, but that's how vague and unimportant the story in this game is. It's about fast action, getting in and out of a room in one piece, eventually die, come back smarter and better equipped, rinse, repeat. No story required really. The visuals are pretty decent by Quest 2 standards. If you own a Series X and a Switch, and you enjoy them both, then you'll get what we VR reviewers mean when we say by Quest standards. The animations are good, so are the details for the weapons, your hands, and particle effects. The backgrounds and enemies aren't the most refined looking, and this isn't exactly the sharpest VR Quest game I've seen either, but still, Mothergunship Forge is certainly acceptable, visually. My main gripe with these visuals would be the clipping. Bang your guns together and they pass right through each other. No deal breaker, but always noticeable.
You can see your collection here. You know, check out all the gun parts you've seen and how your progress is going. Good stuff.
Sound was handled well here. There's your commander who throws tidbits of details your way every now and then, and there's sometimes someone else speaking to him. These were all voice acted well and matches the cartoon style.
I thought you said it was called Super Mineralite.
What? No one calls it that.
All the guns sound as I would expect them to. All other sound effects are also spot on. The music is also pretty good, and although repetitive, I never got tired of hearing it. I think that's what happens when the synergy between the sound designer and the game designer is flawless. Now, as for gameplay, hats off to Terrible Posture Games. If I ever make a top 10 roguelites video, just know, this game is going high on that list. The gameplay design here should be coined roguelite crack. It's just that good. On startup, you're presented with the usual suspects. Various options to match your VR level of comfort. I personally felt no motion sickness, but even if I did, it's smooth turning and locomotion all day, every day. There's also a seated or standing option, where you can use thumbsticks to move about as well as your physical movements. I found standing with a combination of the two worked best.
Well, you died again. That's alright. The super mineralite you collected, that's the purple stuff, will auto-unlock new things in the headquarters.
So, as most of us know by now, the nature of a roguelite or like, you start off really weak, getting your ass handed to you over and over by sometimes even the weakest enemies in the game. But each time you die, not only does the game reward you with new items, weapons, abilities, whatever, but not only do you get to start again with more ammunition, you also get real life XP. You know what each symbol on a door means. You have a better idea of what weapon type complements your playstyle. You get an idea of each weapon's strengths, weaknesses, You begin to figure out which combination works best for you.
Your suit has a lot of options to customize how you fight. Check them out in the options menu.
You see, Mothergunship Forge's gimmick, if you haven't already figured it out yet, is you're able to manually create your artillery on the fly. You get weapon pieces that either work as barrels, a buff, a power-up, or even a shield. When you begin a new run, on startup, you'll be able to choose one connector and one barrel. From there, you keep pushing through the rooms. At the end of each, you pick a door which determines the resistance and rewards of said chosen path. You can choose a room that will give you on completion a chance to forge a part for your weapon, be it a barrel, a canister which works as a weapons buff. You may choose a room that offers you a shield or a health point. You could choose a room that offers money on completion or more gun parts. This is all a part of the general strategy behind roguelites and likes die, try, and die again system, a part of its appeal. Some of the guns we have here, which by the way seems potentially infinite, are shotguns, chain guns, laser guns, pizza throwers, and quite a lot more. Another part of the strategy element here is which guns to choose. Pick guns that complement each other. Let's say a chain gun and a rocket launcher. One has a low firing rate but hits like a tank, while the other, while way less powerful, keeps the swarm busy at times with its rapid fire rate. Then you pick your connectors and canisters wisely as well. Check how many connection slots you have on you. Then decide what to keep, what to replace, and what to throw out. All of this will matter and determine the kind of run you're going to have. You have various difficulty levels, but each is unlocked only after you've defeated the Mothergunship, just like the rest of the rules of roguelites. This also helps incentivize. You also have perks by completing specific tasks, which may include using melee attacks a certain amount of times, or how many of these purple crystals you obtained. Various tasks along this line.
You can unlock new perks and run modes here. This will keep things interesting as you collect more of that purple stuff.
A strange issue I had. The game has a way of depending on these black screens. Sometimes you'll even hear voices, but no visuals, just a black screen. I didn't like this much, but didn't think much of it either, until I noticed where, while I'm waiting on a stage to load, staring on this black screen, I heard the stage starting up without me. I'm sustaining injuries before I can even try to defend myself, and flailing in the dark didn't help either. So that was my issue, but the reason I think it's strange is, well, because after playing long enough, it seemed to have fixed itself. If this is supposed to be a part of that roguelite formula, well, I don't appreciate it, and it felt more like a mistake to me.
Don't let the Mothergunship get you down.
The difficulty also seems to ramp up the more new runs you do. The bosses got harder each time I saw them. This I could live with. I'm going to have to applaud these boss fights. And this is coming from a man who generally hates boss fights. This is good, and I believe it wasn't until after I got past my first boss encounter that I realized how much I really love this game. The physical effort required to beat these guys properly. Well, you know, let me tell you a little story. In the beginning, I wasn't too hot and standing to play a video game. I always felt video games were generally supposed to be a way to relax and relieve stress, so standing was uncomfortable for me at first. But then, things changed. I think I stand in just about every VR game that is optional or required, and taking out these bosses in Mothergunship Forge was really immersive. I mean, put the not so convincing visuals aside, this isn't Half-Life Alyx, but even then, this was immersive. I was dodging physically while doing most of the footwork with the thumbstick. This game got me hooked, man. I just kept on saying, just one more run.
Only one more attempt and you get your prize.
What do you mean? That was 3 runs right there.
Is it? I could have sworn it was 2.
So choose your difficulty, pick your startup weapon, kick some ass, pick your next room, stop by the shop, where if you did well enough and chose wisely so far, you may have some cash to spend, buying upgrades, health, a new barrel. Then you may stumble on a room which is locked. If you were smart and saw a skeleton key and grabbed it, you can use it there to enter the vault. It's like the shop, only everything is free. There are also doors which offer up a stronger challenge but gives bigger rewards. Unlock perks and parts with the purple crystals. Buy equipment, yeah.
Did you notice the purple crystals spilling out of the aliens? Alien guts! Nah, I'm just kidding. But that stuff does auto-unlock new things in the HQ.
Mothergunship Forge is guaranteed to keep you busy. There's so much here to keep you entertained, and it can all be enjoyed in short bursts. No major commitments needed. There's also multiplayer, a co-op gauntlet, but I was unable to get a match started. Maybe it's because I'm playing this before release. I will try again after the public gets their hands on it and see how it goes then. Other than the passing issue I had with the black screens and the clipping, the only other thing I noticed was this one glitch where I completed what I had to do in a room, but the door icon wouldn't appear. I ended up using the surrender option to get out and restart. But other than that, Mothergunship Forge gets 2 thumbs up from me. I highly recommend this game, whether you're into roguelites or not. This may make you a true believer. This is my second VR roguelite for 2022, and if things keep up at this pace, I may have stumbled onto my new favorite genre. Maybe not, but hey, never say never, I suppose. Thank you for watching. If you like my content, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're at it. Let's say on the other hand I pissed you off with this one. Then hey, feel free to hit them hate buttons over and over like a roguelite and keep it moving. Either way, I won't hold it against you. Our game is never over.
It's time to celebrate! Hylas, fire up the old confetti machine!
Dude, that thing broke months ago.